Happy holidays and Merry Christmas. Thank you all. Hello and welcome to this week's episode of This is Portsmouth, the only Portsmouth-based show that broadcasts the news and events around this island city.
Our Christmas stockings are filled with all kinds of exciting content for you this Friday.
So, let's see what's coming up on today's show.
We took a trip to the We Shine event to see the illuminating displays.
We explored a small business that boomed during COVID.
And of course, it's Christmas, so join us here for some festive fun.
I cannot wait. We saw how St Mary's Church is starting their celebrations.
And we will hear from a kebab shop owner and how they help out with the community. So many exciting things happening today. I'm your presenter, Riley.
And I'm Nathan. And this is Portsmouth. It's our last show before Christmas in the Eldon Hub. My favourite thing about Christmas has to be the fact that you can get away with wearing some very tacky jumpers, I believe, like this one.
I must say that one is quite tacky. No offense, of course. Well, my favorite part definitely has to be the fact that I can just go home, see all my friends and family, and the food. Oh my goodness, I'm tired of cooking my own meals. I don't know about you, but I need someone else cooking. Well, before we unwrap all of our Christmas topics and events today, let's talk business.
Yes, during COVID, small businesses in Portsmouth have boomed, and one in particular caught our eye, Ono Bowls.
Oh yes, the acai place in Port South Sea, right? Well, for those of you who don't know, acai is a popular superfood that is normally paired with other fruits to create delicious smoothies and breakfast bowls.
Ono Bowls is one of the few businesses to stay open this year due to COVID, with over 50 businesses closing a day at the start of this year.
Let's see how Ono Bowls started their business during the pandemic.
In 2020, lockdown spelled the end to many businesses in the UK. Facts show that in that year alone, 100,000 businesses closed their doors for good, making starting a small business in these times near impossible. But this didn't stop a small business in Southsea called Ono Bowls, who are known for their acai bowls and detoxing smoothies. We spoke to the owners on how they expanded from a little converted horse box to opening their own shop here on Auckland Road in Southsea. Let's take a look inside.
So my name's Jareth Cush and I'm the CEO of Ono Bowls. So the meaning of Ono Bowls comes from, the Ono means delicious in Hawaiian. We specialise in acai bowls, so it's 100% organic, berry from the Amazon rainforest. You can't get it in the UK, so that's our main seller. So I came up with the idea, the business, back in lockdown. I was lucky enough to spend the lockdown in Spain. So there was a breakfast and lunch place that I was using every single day for the whole during lockdown. So I was there for 3 or 4 months, and then that's where I got the idea of bringing it to Portsmouth. So when at the end of the lockdown, I came back to Portsmouth and thought I'm going to convert a horse box, doing exactly the same things we do here. I started up when people was allowed to go on walks. You could go to the supermarkets, but there was small businesses that are allowed to sell from their front door. So I got my horse box. I situated on a plot of land, and then everyone that was going on their daily walks was coming to me instead of, basically I was the only healthy food place in Portsmouth that was open where you could just come and grab a healthy food bowl and then go on your daily walks. With the horse box, I didn't actually have a lot of challenges, but when it come to the shop, it took me about 7 months to get out the shop. There was a lot of endless nights working till 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. I wanted to give up. So basically I wanted to open up a shop where people could come in, socialise, chill out after all the stress they've been put through. enjoy their bowls.
Like, there's not very many healthy foods businesses around here, especially ones that you can just sit in, eat, have a coffee, and just have a nice little healthy snack. I think there's Time Foods across the road, and they're more of a healthy grocery store than an actual place that people can just come, sit, collaborate and work together, you know? At the moment, because it's Christmas time, we're actually partnered up with the 8 Foundation, a local charitable donation that has got some family and friends contacts with, so we figured it'd be a great way of giving back to the community and engaging other people. Without the pandemic, we would definitely have a lot more foot traffic coming in at the moment. I find that because of all the lockdowns that we've had, it's like people are almost scared of going out and socialising. But when you're opening up a fresh industry like this, like a fresh shop, you don't really get as much foot traffic coming through as we usually like. Whereas about like Christmas time now, people would be out in the street shopping for their gifts and whatnot, and then they'd see us, stop by, say hello, and it would be a nice way for us to integrate into the community. But because of COVID, it's really, really limited the amount of just general foot traffic that we get in. Regarding all the charity work that we intend on doing, it should help position us as the forefront of healthy eating in the community, because that's something that gets overlooked nowadays. Everyone relies on terrible foods that are just easy, convenient, and just keeps you going. But when you actually look at the nutritional benefits and whatnot, it's so bad for you. So when you come to a place like Ono Bowls where you can stop in and have a coffee, a small bowl actually adds so much nutritional dense content to your diet. It's so much healthier for you. We use a lot of coconut bowls or biodegradable cutlery, etc. So our eco-friendliness and our sustainability is just through the roof. Small independent businesses are literally the backbone of the community around us. If you're a fan of chains and stuff, that's all well and good. But if you actually want to give back to the people who live in your area and actually build a local community of people that care, small businesses are the place to be. And small sustainable businesses, even better.
It's safe to say that opening a business wasn't easy, but definitely manageable for these two, and a great example of never giving up on your dream.
Now, last week we watched the Christmas lights turn on, and keeping on the theme of lights, our team went to the amazing We Shine event.
Yes, at the end of November, a number of artists came together to show off their talents through their light displays all around Portsmouth.
Now, we won't keep you waiting. Let's have a look at how laser scanning, projection mapping, and other elements created this stunning spectacle for the public.
I think digital and technology is our greatest tool that we own. We often see ourselves as separate from it, that it's something outside of ourselves, when really it is a tool for us. So I spoke with the team at We Shine quite early on about what would be important for the festival, and really the theme is connection and collaboration and communities in Portsmouth. So I devised this whole work based on that conversation. So basically I sent a little package out to schools and asked the kids to design their hopes and what they want to be in the future. They could be images of family, or the jobs they want, or things that they love in their life. I'm really focused in my work about reclaiming digital as a tool to make us human and connected and honest, and stopping that being a distance.
So today I'm presenting Agility, and Agility is a project that I created a few years ago, and it was about parkour, architecture, dance and theatre. This time round we came together with Portsmouth Creates, and they had these laser cubes that they wanted to use, and I thought, can you do anything with it? So right now we're doing a movement, live movement. It streams into the laser projections. As person moves, it's like it happens live. Really like the public reaction. They're coming in and they're very curious, and that's what we wanted to do. We wanted that to engage people, and they come in trying out a few moves and dancing and just being happy.
Ship of the Gods was inspired by the Norse myth of Skidbladnir, which was a magical shape-shifting boat that could carry all the gods and their equipment and always had a favourable wind in its sail. So we love this idea of reimagining that story but exploring maritime culture and artefacts.
It's been built from LiDAR scans. So LiDAR scans are three-dimensional files that you get that are made by laser scanning something, and each point is a 3D point, and it kind of builds up an image of whatever you're scanning. You open up a file and you end up with something that looks like the thing that you've just scanned. But when you zoom into it, it's made up of millions and millions of points. It also means you can then move through it three-dimensionally. You can become transparent, you can cut it away, and you can travel through it in ways that you can't travel through the actual thing. So these are made up of scans of models from the maritime collection up in Hull and various other places. And so the models are model sized. We also had a couple of full-size ships scanned as well. Those were absolutely ginormous. The challenge is that just because it's technological doesn't make it good. You've got to have a connection with the imagery that you produce, and otherwise it's just another blob of technology. It doesn't mean anything. There's a challenge in that, in a way, that you have to get beyond the technology and, I suppose, stay true to your artistic vision, I suppose.
We thought very hard about what might help the city to develop and to look to the future, and a light installation seemed an obvious way of bringing together all the disparate parts of the community and bringing together local artists to explore a new medium. This is something that's been put together by people from across the city, so we're very pleased to have been the catalyst to enable that to happen. It's so important that artists have a way of reaching the general public, even during difficult times, and sharing the work. We all need aspiration, we all need hope, we all need inspiration. So allowing this art to literally light up the skies has been a real pleasure.
Seeing all of that beautiful artwork has really put me in a creative mood.
Absolutely, and it wouldn't be Christmas without Christmas decorations and a little bit of DIY.
You're so right, of course, because today we are joined by the lovely Charlotte to help us with some arts and crafts. Have a look at these baubles she's created for us.
Yes, okay, so what are we getting into today?
So today we're going to be making some Christmas tree pine cone baubles.
Ooh.
These are super easy to make and also environmentally friendly, which is always a plus.
Always,
yeah.
definitely.
So for these, you need pine cones, obviously. You can get these from arts and crafts stores, or take your friends for a walk to Victoria Park, you know. Go pick up some pine cones, that's always good.
Shove them into a bag.
Yeah. You obviously need some paints as well. So any paints will work, but I'd probably say acrylic paints will work the best. So you need green for the background and then a couple of other colours for the details. So we've gone for yellow and we've gone for red. We've kind of mixed some of these colours up so that you can have a variety of colours.
And if all we need is a blue, and we'll have all of our primary colours. We've got red, yellow, and if we just have blue, we can get all the colours all the time.
Exactly, you know your colours, you know your primary colours. So you can also go for some white, so that can add the effect of snow later on. And then you need some paintbrushes, so we've gone for some in different sizes for the details, and then also some cotton buds to add the little lights later on. So
Amazing.
First of all, you're going to take your pine cone.
Okay.
We both have our own separate pine cones, and we're going to do the background green first of all.
Okay.
So pine cones are quite a tricky shape to paint, so it might take a long time, but just keep working out. I'd say start from the top and work your way down.
Yeah, get into all the nooks and crannies.
Yeah, get it into all the crevices, that's right.
So the two of you, how do you do your Christmas decorations on your tree? Do you throw everything at it and hope it all works, or just little and often?
No, it's a systematic process.
Yeah, it's a process. You've got to carefully place each of the baubles, you know.
And back home, my family's all into decorating Christmas. It's like a whole event. We have to pick out a color scheme and put the baubles in specific places. Can't crowd them all in one spot, you know. You gotta really think about it.
Really think about it.
What about lights outside the house? Do you do the whole shebang and just throw lights, everything, like light up reindeer outside and stuff like that?
Yeah, got to.
Yeah, got to. And
Fair.
now you can have these baubles as well to add to your Christmas tree, you know.
Very true. Gosh. I have a fun fact for the both of you, by the way.
Make it really festive.
Yeah, I have a fun fact for the both of you, by the way. Did you know that in Poland, when they make their Christmas trees, they hang them upside down, similar to chandeliers, as their Christmas decorations?
I did not
I
know
didn't
that.
know that.
That's so cool.
That's really cool. That'd be quite cool to see, actually, to be honest.
Definitely.
So once you're
I'd have to
kind of
get with
getting near the end, just make sure you filled in any gaps. But you're going to leave the bottom blank. So then obviously when you leave it to dry, you don't get any paint anywhere. And then also it kind of gives the effect of a trunk. So
I'm really trying to like watch my fingers because
I know, I've already got paint on myself. Just don't get any paint on your Christmas jumpers, that's the important thing.
Oh my gosh, can't mess up the fit.
So, right. How are you doing, Riley? How are you doing?
You're going so much faster than me. I'm doing
What
good.
can I say? I've got great pine cone painting skills.
Let's go, we all must have.
Right.
I mean, not to brag, but I did get a B in my art GCSE, just to let you know.
Wowee, wowee.
I have another fun fact to do for both of you, by the way. Of course, I'm filled with fun facts for today.
Oh, yeah.
But did you know that in the Ukraine that they put spiderwebs all over their Christmas decorations, and that's their entire theme that they use?
That is interesting. That's very Halloweeny.
I believe so.
Very Halloweeny.
Yeah. They use gold and silver ones specifically, so I'm assuming they're not entirely real, but
Yeah.
maybe. Even so, fake ones must look lovely. But
That's one way to recycle.
Yeah, exactly. Are you doing good, Riley? We're going to get to the...
I think I'm doing good.
Yeah.
I'm almost done the base.
Almost done. Leave the base blank. Right, so we're going to leave this to dry. So you want to leave this to dry for about an hour and then come back to it. So this is some we made earlier. We're going to add the details now.
I got to take my time on this one, so it looks much better than
Yeah.
that. Don't judge.
Is this you putting the star on, is it now?
Yeah, we can do. So I think we can use the yellow bit to make it kind of a star.
Yeah, so if you have your own card, you can be really creative and add a star to the top. If not, we're just going to create the effect of a star by adding a load of yellow paint onto the top.
On your trees at home, what do you put on the top? You put an angel, a star, or anything
An
else?
angel.
Yeah,
angel.
same. I put an angel.
You see, when we did our tree a few years ago, I believe we put a picture of Stan Lee at the top of ours to celebrate.
Stan Lee?
Yeah, Stan Lee.
Why would you do that?
Put it right at the top of your tree. You've got to remember him at such a festive time of year. You've
Got to.
You've got some
Right,
fantastic
so
films,
really
of course.
randomise your colours, guys. We're going to get in some pink there
Really
as
open your
well.
creative side, you know, mix
Yeah,
it
there's
up.
really room for you to be creative with this project.
And put a bit of white to, you know,
add
give
some
it
snow,
snow
add some snow.
effect.
So I think I'm going to use a little paintbrush to add some snow effects around here as well.
Should we shove on some fake tinsel?
Oh, I wish we could. That would be so good. There we go.
Yeah.
They are looking very good. Well done.
Yeah.
I expected a lot
Thank
from
you
you,
very
Riley,
much.
of course. Is there?
Of course.
Are we going to decorate the studio tree with these?
I think so too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We have to
we
now.
have to. I want to see these on display.
I mean, it's coming out so well. I'm so
Yeah.
proud of this.
The very final step is to add some string to the top. So as you can see, we've already done our string here, but you'll just need to tie it onto the top or add some ribbon as well.
Yes,
Yeah.
this looks so good so far.
I'm
just gonna
loving
add
yours,
some
Riley. It's
last
looking
little
so
snow.
good. There we go.
Thank you. And cheers to that.
Really good.
It looks so good.
So we finished with our trees. We have our very own Christmas baubles.
And this is so much fun to do with friends and family. You know, you can make it a whole event. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Charlotte, and for teaching us and our lovely audience how to make these decorations. They look so good here in the studio, and I can't wait to put it on the tree.
Of course, we've got one here, of which I'm going to put on the tree now. Of course, I'm assuming you can see that clear enough, but how lovely that does look. I'll whack it up there now. Ooh, very nice. I think it goes very well with our rose gold copper tree.
Stunning. A mini tree in a tree.
Indeed. We've had so much fun making them. If you're watching along at home, you can try making them too. We would love to see your results. So you can always show us by tagging us on Instagram using the handle @ThisIsPortsmouthTV.
And next up, we have a heartwarming story for you. A local kebab shop owner just got an award for being the best kebab shop in Portsmouth.
Let's take a look.
My favorite thing, I'm feeders. And honestly, the good thing about feeders, they loved seeing that impression in people's faces. And that's why I like my cooking. And I see what impress that give to people eat my food. And enjoyments, I enjoy that enjoyment as well, you know. That's make me happy.
Mehmet moved to Portsmouth around 20 years ago after immigrating from Kurdistan. With the help of his family, he opened Mehmet Kitchen at the beginning of 2021, which has recently been awarded the British Kebab Award for the best newcomer inside and outside of London.
what sets us on the side is we do everything how we would do it back home with most of our stuff. So we're not cutting corners, we're trying to get the best product to the customer, try and give the best service we can, and just make sure that the customer is satisfied in every way, not just with what they're eating, but also with how they're treated within the business.
I'm a people person. I love seeing people happy. I'm here, I think, for the certain things. That's what I do. I enjoy, and honestly, I see the happiness in the people's face, and that's, I think this is my job, and honestly, that's what I do.
Though the food may be award-winning, as is Mehmet's personality, it was his drive and passion to forge a life for himself in Portsmouth that got him to where he is today.
Even though he come from very hard beginnings, he never let that stop him from achieving what he wanted to do. And when he does something, he does it with his whole heart and passion. So coming from where he come from, in the situation, circumstances that he was, I've slowly seen my dad as I've grown up build his way to where he is today and where we are today. And I'm thankful for what he has done for us, and hopefully I can be doing the same thing for my family in the future. It has inspired me to work harder and always keep a positive outlook on life.
Like, he treats everybody as if they're part of his family as well, and that's what I love about him, is that he always makes everyone feel welcome, and he just wants everyone to enjoy the experience of eating here at Mehmet's Kitchen.
I had many opportunities midway, and I do start businesses. Maybe in the financially is maybe going to be better, but I love Portsmouth. I met my wife here. I have my kids here, and I've done my first lot in Portsmouth. That's why Portsmouth is a special city for me. I love people here as well. Like I said, that's why I'm here, and I'm happy as well. Portsmouth did teach me a lot, because honestly, as a business as well, I've been trainee and I didn't learn nothing. When you're in trade and you realize you didn't know much as you think, and it's basically been like a school for me. I think future is bright for us, and long as we respect our jobs and honestly we do what we do best, we're going to be in a great place.
Oh my goodness, that was so wholesome.
Very much so. So wholesome, of course. Having your family support, especially in these times, is something so special.
I couldn't agree more. It's really nice to see, and now it's time for some up-to-date news of Portsmouth.
Ted the Pug from Portsmouth was entered into a Christmas-themed pageant in Yorkshire on Sunday. He competed with over 90 other dogs, and with all kinds of breeds ranging from Afghan hounds to tiny chihuahuas. It's fair to say that the events director was shocked to find out that some contestants travel all the way from here in Portsmouth.
Volunteers that planted nearly 400 trees were devastated last week, as all of their hard work nearly became all for nothing. Two young vandals started destroying the saplings and obviously causing quite a commotion. Luckily, they were stopped by locals before any further damage was done.
And on Tuesday, Portsmouth FC played against Sheffield Wednesday in one of the most engaging games they've had all season. Although they had so many opportunities for goals, the result of the game was unfortunately only 0-0. But we're looking forward to seeing how the Pompey girls play against Southampton next Wednesday. And now that's the news finished, and it's time for some more Christmas-themed events. On Sunday, we went to our first Christingle service at St Mary's Church.
The Christingle service has been around as a tradition for the holidays for decades, but the creation of the Christingle orange dates back to 1747.
We wanted to see for ourselves how this tradition is important today and how this represents Christmas. We've even heard from our own Portsmouth FC manager Danny Cowley.
Here at St Mary's Church in Fratton, the Christmas celebrations are underway. They begin their festivities with their annual Christingle service led by Reverend Bob White. All members of the community were invited to attend the service, including an appearance of Pompey manager Danny Cowley.
It's a very important thing for all of us to gather together and recognise that we're part of a community of people who are trying to reflect on that Christmas story and what it means to us to bring that love and peace into the world. It's the interacting with the MP, the editor of the news, the celebrity today, the manager of Pompey, and just getting people to think about what the Christingle actually means in a new way. That's really a challenging and exciting moment. I think at this time, just finding ways of celebrating together and being able to be together and to recognise that not everyone can be here, but that we can share with them the message of the Christingle, which is to share that care for each other.
Due to last year's pandemic, the church felt grateful that this year's service could go ahead as it brought families, school children and the public together again. Children from both Newbridge Junior School and Penhale Infant School sang with the St Mary's Choir. With Christingles in hands and candles lit, the congregation took a moment to remember the story of Christmas.
But we're now going to light the candles and then put the lights out once everyone's lit. Just wait for the last ones to be given out. So in the midst of the confusion, of the noise and the rush and the tear of our world, we're given a chance once again to pause and to be together to think about the Christmas story through the use of a Christingle, to understand what that story means for us in the darkness of our world. You show us how much God loves the world. Let the light of your love always shine in our hearts. Amen.
It's a pleasure to be here. It was a really nice ceremony. It's great to sing the different carols and yeah, made me feel like Christmas. We kind of arrange all of the Christmas stuff around the football, but we'll be in on Christmas Day, but then we'll spend some family time in the afternoon, and then Boxing Day we have a big game against Oxford United.
I liked yeah, I liked when we did this.
Did you? Yeah, have a great Christmas.
Around this time of year, our island city regains a sense of community through Christmas celebrations. The Christingle service is an illustration of how important it is to be here for each other and to spend time with our families as we remember the message of Christmas.
It's so nice to see this tradition still happening today, you know, really sticking to the roots.
I think so too. It might not be everyone's cup of tea, but I think it's definitely a symbol that Christmas has started.
Yes, you're so right, indeed. And I've really enjoyed today's show. I feel so ready for Christmas.
I think so too. Yes, the studio has been lovely decorated. We crafted our own baubles, the light display happened, and Christingles were made.
Yes, absolutely. And I can't wait to put mine up on my tree, just like I did this one. What was your favorite part of today?
I think it has to be the light display from the We Shine event. Or the butterflies were so pretty and the ship just looked absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, I enjoyed that as well, but I think my favorite part definitely has to be making the pine cones for the Christmas tree baubles. I mean, they just turned out so good and it was so like fast and easy to do.
They go so perfectly with the tree as well.
They definitely do.
Even different colours as well would look marvellous with any other tree, I think.
Yeah.
So hopefully people have made them at home and we get to see them ourselves.
A real fun event for all friends and family to do over the Christmas break.
Indeed. But unfortunately, that's all we have time for today. If you have any stories to share with us or you simply want to share your thoughts, don't forget you can contact us via the Instagram at thisisportsmouth.tv.
Or you can always email us at tisp@port.ac.uk. Thank you everyone here and at home for watching.
But for now, it's a goodbye from all of us in the studio. And here's Charlotte, of course, giving you a nice wave. But anyway, that seems lovely to me.
And thank you to our amazing audience as well.
Thank you all for coming. But yes, for this is the last time this year, thanks for watching. And this is Portsmouth.